I haven't watched The Batman 2022 yet, but at this point, I'm convinced this movie isn't real. Everything I know about it comes from Tumblr memes and posts cooing over Battinson. I'm like, oh, the new Bruce Wayne is a tired little emo dude? Haha, cool. But after seeing post after post about it, it slowly dawns on me that, nope, they're not exaggerations. He's actually like that in the movie. I don't even know what the plot is. Is it just this sad, anxious man sulking around Gotham with headphones blasting MCR so people won't talk to him and occasionally dresses as a bat? I don't know. At this point, one of you can go, oh, I love the part in The Batman 2022 when Robert Pattinson fought Riddler while being bridal carried by Catwoman. And I would 100% believe it. Honestly, if you want to know why Batman is necessary in Gotham City, just remember that the Gotham City Police Department had a banquet honoring Commissioner Gordon, and they ordered a cake from Crazy Clown Catering. Honestly, guess who jumped out of the cake, much to the surprise of the entire Gotham City police force, who by all logic should have an entire division devoted to clown felonies by this point. In the criminal justice system, clown-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Gotham City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these comedic felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Insane Clown Posse. These are their stories. Honk honk! It's often been remarked that Spider-Man's shtick wouldn't work nearly so well if he didn't live in a town with so many tall buildings, but consider how well would Batman's I am the night routine work if he was operating out of a normal city where people actually live, rather than a perpetually twilit urban hellscape that looks like the Art Deco movement had a one-night stand with Soviet brutalism in a wrought iron and gargoyle factory. That is my favorite description of the Batman aesthetic ever. Bruce Wayne gets COVID, and he was in close contact with his whole family, so the entire Rogue Gallery has 10 days to take over Gotham. The entire Rogue Gallery gets tested as part of the potential crime plot, and half of them are now out of commission BC. It turns out Selina and Bruce had close contact. And then she had lunch on Thursday with Harley and Ivy, who went for coffee with Eddie Friday, who had his weekly chess game with Jonathan on Saturday, and so on and so forth. Killer Moth tested double negative, so everyone else is texting him scheme ideas on the fly. He's doing an Instagram live. Half of Gotham is watching. He proceeds to just do cool tricks like backflip off of building. Batman has more than one son, I say into the mic. The crowd boos. I begin to walk off in shame when a voice speaks and commands silence from the room. She's right, I hear. I look around for the owner of the voice. There in the fifth row, he stands. Bruce Wayne himself. What does he know about Batman? The crowd replies and resumes booing. Bruce Wayne discreetly leaves the room. In an unrelated turn of events, a voice speaks from above. She's right, I hear. There, crashing through the skylight, Batman. I can't believe Bruce Wayne missed his chance to meet Batman. Bruce Wayne maintains a presence on all conspiracy theory boards with the screen name Bruce Wayne's. The Batman and all his posts have titles like Bruce Wayne is Batman Indisputable Proof. And it's just a picture of Bruce Wayne from the back next to a picture of Batman from behind. And they both have the contours of their butt drawn on in a shitty MS Paint red line. Note, Bruce is in a suit and Batman has a cape. Neither of their butts are clearly discernible. And the quote, the butts match, the facts don't lie. And he makes at least 3 of these posts a day, and Bruce Wayne is the Batman becomes a meme, a la Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer. And he gets asked about it on a talk show, and he laughs uproariously at the idea, and Stephen Colbert just happens to have a Batman mask under the desk. And they do a bit together where Bruce Wayne puts on the mask and walks around saying things like, "Excuse me, bank robbers, can I perhaps offer you some money to stop you robbing this bank?" And I say, cease and desist your criminal behavior, or I'll have my butler ask you to leave. And the audience is losing their minds, laughing at the idea of this pampered rich guy taking on the Joker on a bi-weekly basis. And then anyone who suggests Bruce Wayne is Batman, in earnest, gets met with mocking, "Oh man, do the butts match" comment. Okay, but if Bruce Wayne somehow came upon Zuko fresh out of banishment, he would lose his mind. Black hair? Check. Bad parents? Check. Trauma? Double check. Bruce, how'd you get your scar? Zuko, my dad got mad at me for saying that killing people is wrong, so he lit my face on fire and banished me. Bruce vibrating with excitement, already pulling adoption papers from his utility. That's terrible. How do you feel about capes? Zuko, do you mind if I wear this blue demon mask? Bruce. Sniff? Tear in his eye. Not at all. Zuko fighting the Joker. Want to know how I got these scars. Z rips off mask. I'm still stuck at the Batman has adoption papers in his utility belt. Quick, it's time to use the Bat adoption papers. Excellent addition. Hey, Bruce spent a lot of his Bat study abroad in the Far East and has kind of a weeb weapon collection. So, proposal, what if Bruce appreciates Iroh's tea while Zuko is enthusiastic about cream and sugar further fueling their dad figure's passive-aggressive rivalry? You had me at Zuko versus Joker. I was crying by the Eastern versus Western tea service. Wait a minute, Batman and Zuko have the same arch-nemesis. Bruce, they ask me how I manage 6 kids so easily. Bruce, the secret is, I don't. I have no control of them whatsoever. Bruce, earlier, Steph called my name, and when I showed up to see what was going on, Tim shot me in the throat with a Nerf gun before Jason tackled me to the floor. Batman, if you're not gonna kill the Joker, at least paralyze him for life like you do with literally everyone else, bro. Listen, man, Batman should just kill the Joker. Like, please, it'd fix so many things. All of Brad's Bat siblings are absolutely unprepared to deal with him. They can't handle it. They can't even hate him properly, even Damien, because he's just some guy trademark. They're all braced for the inevitable reveal that he's a villain, an imposter, or an interloper there to usurp the Wayne fortune or spy on Batman. They have all sorts of plans to foil his schemes, and the only thing they're not able to prepare for is the fact that he's just Brad. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a saint either. His problems are just so mundane, so ordinary. They try to understand what his life is like, but how are they supposed to relate to someone who doesn't text back because he's hungover or his phone died? Not because he's tied up in a death trap somewhere being menaced by someone in a Halloween costume? No one's ever tried to ritually sacrifice him before, and it shows. I don't think the Joker chemicals really did all that when he fell in. I think he just wanted an excuse to be like that. Batman pushed him into the Joker chemicals by mistake, and the chemicals washed off a cool temporary tattoo he'd managed to preserve for a couple weeks by not showering, and now he's on a warpath to revenge and chaos. Why does Batman need to be a billionaire? He has to fund the Justice League. They often have a space program. But couldn't he do more good if he just invested? The Earth is routinely invaded by aliens, gods, and the forces of an extraterrestrial god of tyranny. He has like 3 charitable organizations he funds, named after his father, his mother, and Alfred. Between both Bruce and Batman's contributions, Gotham should be a better city than it is. And the only reason it isn't is DC editorial mandate that basically says Gotham has to get worse and worse and worse, or there's no Batman stories they can tell, and obviously they have no other characters besides Batman. There's a reason Batman thinks the city is literally cursed. It's true and extremely funny. Imagine you're an actual billionaire and you're doing everything that in every other city would have already minimized the crime rate. And none of it works comedy, if I've ever seen any. I want to see Bruce Wayne go off, just charity my way out of dealing with the Penguin. A living, breathing 19th century Marxist's cartoon of the bourgeoisie. Just fund anti-Clayface measures? Crack down on corporations who put out shape-shifting cosmetics? What socio-economic pressures turn botanists into actual dryads? What inspires anti-animal terrorism? That's not even a real kind of eco-fascism. For the record, Gotham is canonically cursed because it sits on some sort of evil swamp. I think there are like half a dozen curses. The Lazarus pits are leaching into the water. Slaughter Swamp is an unconnected body of water a few miles outside of the city that also resurrects people. See Solomon Grundy. The Bat Demon Barbatos and his followers, the Court of Owls, have been fucking up the city psychically and financially. The malevolent influence of the warlock Dr. Gotham's tomb in the center of the city. The madness hyper-sigil of Amadeus Arkham. In Arkham Asylum, a serious house on Sirius Earth. There were several outposts of subterraneans and aliens beneath the city during the Silver Age. Constant chemical warfare that makes it the equivalent of a WWI trench managed by MK Ultra. It's in New Jersey, and I think God just hates it.